Manly manners, number 3. Don't think that because you and your wife married for love, there will never be a cloud in your sky. Neither of you is perfect, and you will have to learn to avoid treading on each other's corns. Corns? What exactly does that mean? I don't know about the corns part. Feet, maybe? Maybe he's trying to say feet. So, oh man, so much to this, So, this is primarily to the younger people, the younger viewers who are not married or maybe just considering it. I cannot tell you how important it is to look at the big picture when choosing a mate. You know, back in the day, it was really a custom, in some countries still a custom, and we balk at this today, the idea of arranged marriages. And I'm not saying for a moment that we should go back to arranged marriages. I'm just want to point out a couple of the benefits of that. You know, I had been a young man. I was a young man, so I know what it's like. And especially for men, I can't speak for women so much because I'm not one. If you were raised in a family that didn't express a lot of love and appreciation for you, didn't give you a lot of attention, sometimes as men we'll latch on to the first thing that we can get on that. And we may latch on to a woman who, not because she has good character or may be a wonderful wife, but because she's the first person that has ever paid any attention to us. That's really a dangerous thing to do, because that infatuation, that excitement that comes with a relationship at first, it's not going to carry you through 30, 40, 50 years of marriage. You really want to look at the big picture. What I think the good aspects of arranged marriages is that you're receiving counsel from wiser heads, from parents who have should, or for most cases should have your best interest, from trusted friends or people, mentors, people that you respect that have had some experience. They can look at this arrangement or this potential partner, look at the big picture. You want to be really careful and pay special attention to those character attributes. Is she honest? Is she hardworking? Is she good with finances? Is she good with money? Is she a giving person? Look outside of that initial infatuation and look at these things and talk to your parents. Talk to her parents. What are her parents like? Because as much as we hate to admit it, a lot of those characteristics, good and bad, are going to be passed on to the children. You know, there's the old saying that if you want to know what a girl is going to look like in 40 years, look at her mother. And that's funny and all, but by and large, there's a lot of truth. And I'm not just talking about physical appearances. I'm talking about, what is she like? Does she have a lot of friends? Is she a good person? Does she have good moral character? Is she frugal? Has she been a good wife to her husband? Because I'm not saying it's not always going to be the same, but a lot of those things, you know, and it's true for me, it's true for many of you, are going to be carried forward. So if you look at her parents that have some super objectionable character, I'm not saying that she's necessarily going to have that. I'm just saying consider it. Just consider it, because it's a really important decision. You don't want to get into 10, 12, 7, 8, whatever years, especially when you start having children, and to put them through that, to put yourself through that, to put your wife through that, to put the kids through that, for lack of planning and lack of seeking good counsel. So my advice to you is to try, if you're unable to separate that excitement that comes from a new relationship, go outside of it to someone who's not all wrapped into that. And especially people that are older, and really talk to people that have known this family and have known this girl. Because, you know, our divorce rate in this country is really high, and 50%, those are not great odds. If you had to go into a business venture, or let's say that someone told you, if you get in your car today, you are going to have a 50-50 chance of not coming home, or getting in an accident, or not getting in an accident, would we not seriously consider that decision to get into that car? But here we go into marriages knowing that they're stacked against us, knowing that there's a 50% chance or higher that these marriages aren't going to work out, and it's going to cause pain and heartache to not only ourselves, but families on both sides and all of that. So to consider these things, I think, is really important, and to think long and hard. I understand when you're younger, you think older people are not very smart, they're not very hip, they don't know what's going on. You'll get past that. When you get into your 40s or so, you'll start to see that a lot of the things that they told you were right. And had you heeded that advice, you would be in a lot better position than you are today. So just some advice from the Manly Manners, and we'll see you guys on the next video.